All right, here we go.
Yep. If you don't know, we like Jim Beam products. One of us in particular. So naturally, when we saw,
you're the subscriber.
right? I'm the subscriber, but it's expensive. And who does my monthly budget and says it's okay for me to spend it?
Me?
Yep. See, so that's the point. So it's really about her getting the subscription. Because I haven't told her, but it doesn't actually count towards my monthly bourbon budget. The month it gets delivered, the Maker's Mark one. Yeah,
wait. I think we might need to reevaluate.
So with that came this bottle and this bottle.
Yeah, well, because every subscription box comes with 2 bottles. Yep. So,
but these are super special bottles because as of filming this right now, they've only been released to reviewers. And media, so media samples, which we're not that cool yet. Maybe someday. Subscribe. Thanks.
Yeah, Beam, if you are listening.
But we are part of the, Jim Beam Barrel and Boxed is the correct term. So they ship them out to us. So we are going to try these. I've been super excited about it. They are very, very controversial bottles out there. And we'll talk a little bit about that here in a bit. But we are going to start with the Colonel James Beam bottle. So this one is probably the most controversial of the two.
Oh.
And the reason...
I like a good controversy.
Yep. The reason is it is a 2-year bourbon that they are charging $80 for. So
brave. Okay.
Yes, so super brave. I've got some theories on that, which we'll talk about here in a second. So the main thing is it is done at 2 years because that is 120 days, which is exactly the amount of time it took Colonel James B. Beam to get the Jim Beam distillery back up and running and distilling bourbon. So that's what they're doing.
Back up like after Prohibition or back up after like damages? Wait, they're not the one with the fire? Oh,
no, that was Heaven Hill. That is a great question, and I probably should have looked that up, and I didn't. So we're going to pretend...
Well, we can just skip that part.
Who knows? But yeah, so got it back up and running, and so that's why they did this. The other side of it is, so this is going to start their... new distillery. They've got a smaller distillery that Freddie is now in charge of.
Right.
And what he's going to get to do is experimental stuff. So obviously when you're Jim Beam and you are mass producing Knob Creek and all those things, you can't just stop the production line to do an experimental mash bill or something like that. So they did, and they just broke ground here in Kentucky. Well, I guess not broke ground, dedicated it. So it's open. A smaller still that they can do some experimental stuff, which is what this is supposedly coming from. And so what they did is they put it lower proof into the barrel, and then they pulled it out at 2 years, claiming that all of these things will make a very rich, very big bourbon that you cannot taste or smell any of the youthful notes. So they're trying to get past this idea that age is what really matters.
Right. Okay.
So we'll
I like that. I like that attempt.
So
right off the bat, it has a really good nose, and I'm probably biased and partial. I mean, it's got that classic peanut nose.
Yeah.
And it's light and it's really nice, and I like it.
I will say there is a hint of grain back there. Sweet, like a corn, a dough note, kind of like an elephant ear. But overall, if I was smelling this, I'm not going to say that this is a 2-year-old bourbon. It does not smell like that. It smells much more like a 5-year craft bourbon.
It's got some good legs on it. It must be a higher proof.
So it is 108 proof.
Okay. Yeah. Up there.
Yeah.
Not bad. Lots of peanut,
Yep.
toasted peanuts. It's like
This
like
is
honey roasted peanuts.
honey roasted Planters peanuts, which I love the honey roasted Planters peanuts. There is a very big Kentucky hug, though. I get the ethanol that comes in on the back end.
I'm not getting that as much. Yeah, this is just really pleasant to me. It's lighter than some of the other bean products where it's not quite so oily, but you're getting like the peanut flavor, like very, very bold flavors.
Yes.
To me, they really stand out. Not like a crazy finish, but just kind of a light finish.
It's like a cross between the Jim Beam Distiller's Cut that you bought me and a Knob Creek. Like it's...
Yeah, it does remind me of that Distillers. Yeah.
I mean, it's good. So the problem... So this is where the controversy comes in. So this is $80 retail.
Sure.
Now here's my thought on that, because I know a lot of people are like $80 for a 2-year-old, blah blah blah. There are a lot of celebrity whiskeys coming to market now that are 2 to 4 years old. So like I'm thinking Bradshaw Bourbon, I'm thinking Matthew McConaughey's and everything like that, and those are $40. Shouldn't we be willing to pay a little bit more for essentially a distiller celebrity bourbon? Like, that's my thought. Like, again, I want it at $60. I would grab this all day at $60 without a problem. 80s is getting up there. But when you think about all these celebrity bourbons that are coming out basically at the $40 to $50 range, I'm kind of willing to give Freddie and other master distillers the ability to put it a little bit higher, because I buy Jim Beam products because I trust what they do. So, I mean, I'm viewing it as a celebrity bottle type of thing.
Okay.
So
So, first thing comes to mind is you should put this up against some celebrity bottles and see how it does, since they'd be similar in age. Then another thought comes to mind, which is I'll put this up against some older ones and see how it compares, because really it doesn't drink like a young bourbon to me at all. And we've had some 4-year ones where I'm like, woo wee, I can tell that's a youngin'.
yeah.
This is drinkable and very good. So yes, I guess the thing to complain about would be the price, but I feel like you brought up very valid points. So this is available for people to purchase?
It's going to be. Supposedly, it might be at the gift shop. They had a release online where you could sign up to get a bottle, everything like that. They had the subscription service. It is going to be limited availability. This is batch 1, but it's going to be, they haven't said if it's going to be a yearly release or anything like that, but there will be more Hardins Creeks to come out. And let's just, talk about the bottle. It is a pretty freaking cool bottle. So it's a different cut than most bottles. And it's got a wicked cool leather strap. So, that right there is $10. Like, yeah, you just got to understand that. And it's got a legit, good quality cork. It is synthetic, unfortunately. But, overall, a very good presentation.
Yeah, to me, this looks like something you could grab and go. Like, you're just going to either take the leather strap or, I don't know, it's kind of, what are those called? Flask-shaped.
Oh, yeah.
In a way. At the base, you're just going to grab and go and maybe drink on the go.
Yep. So, yeah, I think they did good. I'm not going to lie, out of the two, I was least excited about this because it was a 2-year.
Sure.
And I went and going with a whole bunch of, what am I looking for? Stereotypes, biases, and I am very pleasantly surprised with this. I truly think if you put this in a blind against somebody that's like, oh, I can always pick out young whiskey, they're not going to pick this out at all.
No,
there's
I don't
no
think
chance.
so either.
So
let's go ahead and try the other one that came in the box.
Yep. So the other one, which is the one I was super excited about, is called Jacob's Well. So Jacob's Well, the thing that's special about this is it is 184 months old.
184 months. So
Yes.
how does that translate in years?
So that is 15 years, but it is supposedly a blend of 15 and 16-year-old bourbon.
Okay.
One is a high rye mash bill, and the other is a regular mash bill, if I remember right. So a little while ago, there was I don't know what it was, a group that got together to celebrate Bardstown, Kentucky. And Jim Beam did one of the Bardstown collections, and everybody loved it. And supposedly the rumor is it's the same mash bill, same blend as this guy. So we will give it a try and see what we think.
Yeah, look how much darker that is.
Oh yeah, that's way darker.
You can tell that is definitely got some age on it.
And it came with Sweet 10, so like it automatically is even better. That's $20.
10 is better than a tube.
Yep. Plus the 10 for the leather strap. So we're talking $30 extra minimum automatically. But yeah, it comes with a great little book about it, about Jacob's Well, and all the information on that, which is pretty cool. So we will see.
Give that a nose. That's it is earthy, oaky. You can tell it's got some age on it.
Yep, but there is a rich brown sugar leather note on that nose. Oh my gosh. Maybe a little bit of pipe tobacco back there. This is one of those,
a little bit.
you smell it and you just know it's old.
Right, that's what I mean, is like just that age on it and wisdom. It's been around. It knows things.
Yep. But not like when you go to your grandparents' house where they have all the plastic on the couches and it's just old person smell. Not that. This is old bourbon smell.
No, the musky bookshelf
Yeah.
smell. It doesn't smell like a musky bookshelf. But like what you would picture.
Yeah.
That would be in the room with the musty bookshelf.
Yeah, this nose is... I could just sit here and smell this for days.
Very thin, just like rolls right off the tongue. Ooh.
So this one's also 108 proof. So
That's different.
Both the same proof. Yeah.
There's like, it's similar notes to what we had with the last Bookers that we just reviewed. To me, there's some tea notes, some black tea going on. A little bit of lemon in there too. So, and that kind of like lighter watery. So it's reminding me of that.
Yeah, and it might be because it's proof down to the 108 and not at the normal 120 like we get for Knob Creek picks. It's not very oily or viscous, which is interesting, but it still has more flavor than any Knob Creek pick I've ever had. It is...
That's so good. It's like sweet tea to me. And there is a sugar cane note there with the sweetness. Black tea. There's not too much of the lemon. Definitely more tea than anything for me. I don't know if you're getting anything else.
This is one of the first bourbons I get a strong black licorice note. And it's on the palate, or not the palate, the finish. And then the finish, after I get the licorice note, just goes into oak, and it just dries out the mouth a whole bunch.
I'm getting a little bit of drying action.
Yeah. A slight peppery finish, but really not too much.
A little bit of spice finish.
It's just it's a heat finish. Like the heat stays with you for a long time, and the oak dries out your palate, which is interesting because it makes you want to take more, which is not good because then this bottle is going to be gone because this thing is absolutely amazing.
Is really good.
So this one, again, also kind of controversial. MSRP is at $150, but again, like for me at least, the go-to rule is $10 a year. Is what it seems to work out to, generally speaking. And a lot of that I got from the Old Fitz Decanter series. That's usually about what they were pricing that out at. So at $10 a year, this is a blend of a 15 and a 16-year-old. It's right where it should be. And do I wish this was at $130? Absolutely. But lately, the Bardstown finishing stuff, so the Prisoner, the KBS, all that stuff, the new plantation rum they did, they're going in at 170. I would buy this over that all day long. As much as I love my Bardstown collabs, because they are amazing, you get some really cool stuff. If I could have like 15 bottles of this on my bar, that would be amazing.
I think I just heard Chuck have a little bit of a heart attack.
Yep, probably. So, but no, this is great if you love traditional bourbon notes, because I really think that's what it is. And traditional aged bourbon. This is going to be right up your alley. You're not going to be disappointed with it.
Yeah, I'm getting some lovely baking spice on the back, like a little bit of clove and nutmeg there on the finish. Now that I've had several sips, this is really nice. And I am not getting much of the traditional peanut notes. Like, I definitely got that with the younger one, but this one, there's certainly not as much coming through.
No,
This is really nice.
Yeah, it is very good. So, at the end of the day, the subscription service, so this package, I think, came out to be $270 for both the bottles, something like that. You know what? To get these two things delivered to my house, not have to go hunt them, because we have a kid. I'm busy.
Well,
I'm
and
happy.
just to get something first.
Yeah, get something first
else.
before anybody else. Everything like that. I'm happy. It's great. The 2-year-old, I would say, if you can get a taste of it at a bar, which you probably can't, so maybe make friends with somebody that has it and try it before you buy it. Definitely do that. But if you see this one on the shelf, I would just buy it. Like, it is.
Would it be in the tube?
I think the tube is only for the Barrel and Box members.
But so you gotta just look for this bottle.
But yeah, they haven't said much about it. This is bottle 531 out of only 750. So who knows?
Good luck.
Yeah, be on the look for the Hardins Creek line. I think it's going to be some pretty cool stuff down the line, and it'll always be interesting to see what they do. So, I mean, price is subjective, because there's people out there spending $500 on a bottle of Barrel Gold Label, and I like this more. So you got to drink what you like, and if you don't want to spend that much, I also completely get it. So let us know, link, comments, all that fun stuff below. Have you tried any of the Hardins Creek? Are you just ticked off about the price and you're just telling Jim Beam to shove off and you're not going to drink any of their stuff, which I support that decision, because then I can buy more of it. But yeah, until next time, cheers.
Power bourbon.